Hey guys, so today was good. Sorry, I'm trying to move this pillow out of the way. Today was good. First through fifth period was definitely interesting. Not bad like yesterday, but just interesting. Okay, so first period, Anne came in and we had a quiz, and I knew all of it except for maybe like four. And it's 20 questions long, so 4 points per question, meaning I got a 84 on it. And like, I only really didn't know two. The other two I knew, but I forgot a letter or two, and it just, like, sample, I forgot P and E, and then there was another one I forgot, an R. Oh, OPQRST, I forgot R, which R is radiation. Like, does it radiate from one spot to another? Does it move? And then, P is past medical history, and E, good night, is events leading up to whatever happened. And I just couldn't think of it for the life of me. Kind of sucked, but you know, it's only one quiz. It's not the end of the world, and it's certainly not, like, horrific. Anyway, that's what we did, and then after that we went in the lab, and we were practicing different kinds of drags and carries. We did, I'm trying to think what it was, like direct carry, and then we did, like a clothing drag. Although it's not called a clothing drag, it's called like a shirt drag. And you literally are dragging the patient across the floor on their back with nothing under them except for their clothes. Which, for me, Cassidy was dragging me, and that was no problem, except my hair got caught under me really badly. So not only was my hair being pulled, but it caused so much friction, I actually stopped moving. And then I pulled Cassidy, and she was wearing a really nice shirt, which sucked for her because she was sitting up, and it would have done a lot of good had I sat up a little bit. So my hair wouldn't have gotten under me, and it would have been a lot easier to pull me. So yeah, I kind of wish I had done that. In second period, we were taking notes on tissues, which I still actually have to write them down. I was actually doing, work in second period. Like, I was, like, taking photos of the notes, but I was working on math. So, yeah, that's fun. And then third period, I was working on that same math, and, yeah, I was pretty much just working on that same math for that entire class. Fourth period, I quite literally had absolutely nothing I could do that I could think of, because the math that I had been working on, I was on the last part of it, and I couldn't figure out part of it, and I needed Emma for a little bit of help. But I never see her until the very end of the day, which sucks, because the only time I ever see her really is chess club. But, I needed Emma to be able to get a little bit of help. So, Mr. Camp had me cut glass, and the rest of the class, I literally sat there on my ass listening to people talk about prom, and the cost of prom dresses, and cars, and stuff like that. And I don't mean getting a car for prom, I mean, like, Mary Catherine got, like, a 2015 car for less than 10 grand, which isn't bad at all. But, yeah, that's what we were doing. And then in fifth period, Atticus is back. It looks like he broke his arm, or whatever, because his arm is in what looks like a sling. And then we just we were reading this sermon, and this is an English class, but we were reading this sermon called, like, Sinners in the Eyes of an Angry God, or something like that, and I'm literally thinking, like, oh my god, end this thing, please, because I don't want to hear that. Like, I really don't. Not because I'm fucking Christian, because I'm not, but I just, like, I don't want to have to hear it. Like, I don't like going to church in the first place. I don't like having to hear about it, especially living in the Bible Belt where it's non-stop. I really don't want to have to hear it in class. But, so I just sat there, I'm just thinking, like, okay, shut up. Please shut up. please just shut up. Really, it only ended up being 1, 2, 4 pages long because the first 2 pages were kind of split in half. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4.5. But, yeah. It wasn't horrible. Originally, it was like a 16-hour thing, so it was not nearly as long as it could have been. Thankfully, we just got the shortened version that's in our textbooks rather than the really, really long version that actually occurred in like the 1400s. But yeah, other than that, we had chess club after school, and then chess club, we actually got kicked out of chess club really early. We got kicked out at 10 to 4, and normally we leave at about 5:30, if not a little later. And then we went to Starbucks because we all wanted coffee. Well, I wanted coffee, Grace wanted coffee, and Emma wanted a milkshake because she's not really big on coffee. So she got a strawberry milkshake. I got a medium mocha frappuccino. I had to think. And then Grace got a iced caramel like latte or whatever it's called. So yeah, I actually finished mine like at 8 o'clock tonight, like 4 hours later. Emma and Grace finished theirs either in the car or before we actually left. And then Miss Molinax, our chess teacher, ended up going in the drive-thru at the same Starbucks. So we were sitting there at the curb like, hey. It was great because she calls us her little stalkers because it seems like a lot of the time wherever she goes, we end up unintentionally most of the time. Like, we were at Goodwill a couple weeks ago, I think, and then she was there, and way back before that, she was on a date night with her husband to go see Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them on opening night, and we tagged along. And we went to go see it, and not only did we go see it, we were in the same theater as her, sitting in the top row right next to her. Like, it was Mr. Molinax, Miss Molinax, Grace, me, Emma, and then, like, 4 other people, who I don't even know where they were. They were just complete strangers. But, yeah. So she calls us her little stalkers. But I promise we're not actually trying to stalk her. Anyway, after that, came home, Mom and I made the, second recipe for the Blue Apron thing, which was beef tacos with, radish salsa. And the radish salsa actually tasted, to me, like a relish. But, it wasn't. Obviously, it was a radish salsa. But, yeah. The tacos themselves are actually pretty good. And then I was just working on homework, and Mom was watching Bones and falling asleep to it, so I kept having to wake her up. And she actually just went to bed, and it's like 10, probably close to 10:30 right now, so I'm actually going to be going to bed here pretty soon. And, yeah, so anyway, I guess I will just talk to you guys later. See ya.